After the end of the world, the survivors met the most unusual and not a zombie, and not a person in the world. He did not let the chatterers turn, handing out his brain in pieces.
Yes, that's right. Hit on fresh brains. Come to me, the brain lover. Rest in peace. Goodbye to all who are left here. Will someone kill me?
Of course, Charlie. Hello everyone, Kino Jack is in touch and this is a short retelling of the 7th, 8th and 9th episodes of the 5th season of the zombie series Nation Z. Well, how can I tell you, the series is not that it has completely slipped, but it has definitely become not so flyaway and diverse, there is no longer that wow effect. But I tried my best to tell you the most relish so that everything looks dynamic. Those who came to this channel for the first time, be sure to follow the links in the description and watch the series from the very beginning. And as soon as this video gets thousands of likes, I'm releasing the next part. Enjoy watching. Doc and George return to Altura to follow Dante's trial. They want to make sure he gets fair treatment from these mercenaries. About Murphy, Roberto, Eddie and Tenka decide to find that mysterious source without skits and find out why they don't come anymore. Doc and George quickly run into trouble on the road.
You didn't break it, but you definitely dislocated it. Careful, George. Where are you going? You should take that leg off.
Their journey gets weird and involves unconventional pain management and long conversations about America's founding fathers, the Constitution and Bill of Rights. And all this is on the way to save Dante and build an America. George and Doc find the wrecked car and traces of Dante. Following his discarded sunglasses and a trail of blood, she finds Dante's slashed, twisted body in the trash, and George finishes him off. Meanwhile, a shootout takes place at the biscuit factory. It turns out that Mambi Zombie was preparing the goods together with her son Z Brothers, but because of the sabotage, everything is not going so smoothly. It doesn't matter, Operation Bitamark is ready to help. Eddie, Roberta and Tenka continue to track the source of the brain cookie that makes chatterboxes talk. How do these treats prevent them from turning into full-fledged zombies and why are they no longer produced? They reach the core. The plan is to talk to the locals and find out what is included in these biscuits. But the chatterers are not in the mood for a conversation. They are hungry and teeming. George and Doc rescue them, and they all go to a farm on the outskirts of town in search of shelter. A local resident who is neither a zombie nor a speaker, Charlie tells where the gray matter from his head came from. Roberta comforts George, who is tormented by guilt over Dante's terrible death. Roberta vows to help George find the culprits and bring them to justice. Eddie finds Finn's boyfriend in the closet and threatens him. It turns out that they know each other and are together. Finn has a bullet wound. Finn has been cured, and he has the answers. He is the only surviving farmer who was shot when he tried to help transport several speakers to Limbo. Charlie voluntarily gave up tiny pieces of his brain to buy time. A mysterious talking Pandora follows a gang in farm clothes and seems to be directing the destruction. They use Charlie as bait to get the speakers to come to the farmhouse. Charlie lures them with the help of Sriracha. On his naked head, hidden brains stick out. To Pandora's horror, they subdue the speakers, leaving them alive. Then 10K-Doc take her for a predatory chatterbox and lead her to the pen with the others, where Pandora secretly shares a biscuit with a henchman, and Charlie finally sacrifices himself. Roberta, Eddie, Doc, George and Ten are about to put the water back on the farm when Finn gives a distress signal. Returning to the locked talkers, he rushes at them, and they run away. The team, with the exception of Doc and 10K, rushes back, but Finn has lost a lot of blood from a gunshot wound and quickly loses consciousness. Finn dies and becomes a speaker. Eddie decides to stay with him, take the speakers to Limbo and meet the gang later. Doc and Tenka are waiting for the rest of the group to join them on their way to the Water Keepers. Tenka is not feeling very well, and his crippled arm looks pretty bad. Doc wonders where the rest of the team is and is nervous about the Water Keepers. The arrow that pierced the trees hits the Doc. Doc and Tenka are captured by mysterious water keepers. Roberto and George free them, but then they are all captured. Kurok, who shared with Doc an unforgettable healing experience in the Grand Canyon, is one of the group. The trigger explains to the group that they are not stopping the flow of water. Instead, the dam is being sabotaged, just like the explosions in Alchua and Pacifica. Father Kurok is in charge of the dam and is working on its repair, and Yala helps 10K choose a new prosthesis for his missing arm. 10K spots a stranger on the outskirts of the group's camp and chases him to the building where the dam is located. Krug tells his father that he wants them all to leave this place. Her father wants to stay, fight saboteurs and repair the dam. Her father gets into a fight with a saboteur and loses it. Doc, Roberto, and Kurok decide to go on a trip under the influence of drugs to get a spiritual experience and get into the dam on an alternative plane. They want to get into the dam, find out what's going on, and stop the attack. The saboteur knocks out 10K and the ghostly Doc can't reach him to help him wake up. His touch goes through him. Roberta's guide shows her how to sneak onto the dam. She and George rush back to break in there and stop the stranger. George finds and fights the alien, the saboteur Chatterbox. It's a tough fight, but they defended the dam. Kurok's father comes to his senses and manages to save the dam with 10K. Everyone says goodbye and Roberta's group leaves.